Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge T58, here today to give you the Chelsea review for Chelsea nil, Manchester City 2. You can see it here in the title. Mixed game, lots of highs, lots of lows. We'll discuss the lows, the highs, the things we can improve on, the things we can't improve, and the things that are probably not going to work at all, and more. Be up to everyone in chat. As you come in, please do make sure to like, share, subscribe. Apologies, my throat is kind of cooked. Pause. Literally, my voice is not 100% right now, but I do apologize about that, boys and girls. So hopefully, if you still hear me just as good as you can before. Be up to our boy Why Hate Them. Be up to our boy Nahimia. Be up to our boy Joe. Sick and tired of a horrible day it was, and Chelsea didn't make it any better. Sorry to hear that, Abraham. Be up to my boy AK4P. Congratulations to you for the win, of course. Ahmed, watch the video and show the rest of the people who are hating on Enzo. He's in the worst on the pitch. Big up to you, bro. John Kamuwunga. Big up to our boy. Chelsea need to buy. And then, okay, let's relax, bro. Okay, now we're just doing. All right, man. Wow, Ahmed, what are you doing with your throat? Okay, listen, chill out, big man. That's insane. You know, fear for that, man. Fear that, man. If you know how. Listen, hopefully I got that correctly. But listen, I do think, we should start with obviously some positives and negatives of the game. Obviously, there's a lot that happened in the game itself. It's almost done. Again, we'll get that dopamine tomorrow, bro. Mornings up. We'll get that dopamine tomorrow morning. Ahmed, we haven't had anything on Felix. We had that it was in the final stages right now. Again today, it got reiterated, so that doesn't really matter. Are we at least going to beat Sevilla on Friday? Of course, we're probably going to beat Sevilla on Friday, bro. Rest. It's at home as well, so we would have to beat them, bro. It's not looking good. Now, boys and girls, let's actually discuss the game. I actually want to bring up the statistics of the game first and foremost, just in general for us to actually have a look at. And then I think it's best for us then to go through some of the stuff that didn't work in the game. And, we can, and I think that would be a lot more of an easier thing for us to, as I said before, understand and talk about. So give me one moment. Oh, there you are. Lovely. Let's get this party started. So let me just bring up Chelsea versus Man City. So for score, there we go. Oh, come on, man. See, this is what I'm talking about, boys. Modern day technology finished. Lovely. We must buy a CF. I understand the argument. I think that's fair. I think at this point we can scam our way past security to the Chelsea dressing room and act like one of the players. Oh my god. All right, bro. Okay, we're doing too much now. We're doing party or morning? Not really, man. I think it's a little bit. I would say I'm quite in the middle, if I may say so myself, my brother. I'm not really someone that's morning and not someone that's doing a bit of the top stuff. I think in general, there's been a lot of stuff that I've seen in the game that worked. Start lots of stuff that didn't work that probably shouldn't be done again, and more. So listen, we'll discuss that all and everything. Obviously, this is the game itself, statistic-wise. In general, we had the higher XG, whatever you want to call it. Same big chances created. They had more shots. Same saves. Same. We had slightly the same corners. Everything like that. No one really cares at the end of the day. But in general, that's been the statistic of the game going forward. Now, for me personally, when I'm going into this game and talking about some of the positives and some of the negatives of the game, I think a positive from the game was that I think Fofana himself, if I'm going to talk about centre backs, Fofana himself, I think had a somewhat, good game from someone that's come back from an ACL injury. He looked positive, I would say, in my personal opinion. Yes, the problem with him, I would say, if I had any negatives on him, was the way he was hoofing the ball out. You know what I mean? In the same place twice, not scanning correctly, maybe trying to find the right pass, in my personal opinion. So we knew all about that stuff as well. And again, that in terms of positives, he was a positive for me. Obviously, Palmer to an extent was a positive for me. Again, coming back from the Euros, still was trying to produce stuff, still was trying to create stuff, and he's in that corner thing. Listen, in my personal opinion, I think, bro, he had a good performance. In my personal opinion too. Bit to our boy, thank you, bro. If you're here, thank you for subscribing. Yapu Kwase, much appreciated, my brother. But going on to continue. At least with Levi Cole, in my personal opinion, that aspect of it. So Fofana, I'm happy about it. Now, the next guy I would really want to give a good amount of praise to is my boy Romeo Lavia. I think Lavia had a great performance as well. I think he was very good everywhere. I think for me, at least in terms of the position he was holding and stuff, right, and the ability to move, I think for me, he was doing a good enough job there, in my personal opinion. At least trying. It should say no, but I hear you. You know what? That's fair, Jonathan. I think that's fair. I may have forgotten about it, but the reason why I'm still kind of like at least positive about Fafana is that I think again, at least this guy just come back from ACL. Yes, he made a mistake, but in general, I think his general performance wasn't so bad. I would say at least him, the whole back line. I think obviously we just spoke about Lavia and how good he was. His ability, he was really like a rock in our midfield, and you saw the moment we lost Lavia, bro, how easy our midfield. We lost that, the connector between the defense and what's it called, and the defense and the midfield. Like we looked, there was like a big gap lost in there, particularly when Enzo and Caicedo were playing together, essentially in that second half post. What's it called? Yeah. Particularly about what's it called that performance wise. So I think for me, Romeo Lavia deserves his pulled it slightly. Caicedo was alright, so I'm not gonna I don't really have that much to say about him. That's really in Cuckoo, I had some flashes, but other than that, I think performance-wise, yes, we were able to create chances a bit quicker, but I think there's been but listen, let's actually get to the stuff that we can improve upon and we can actually discuss it. I feel like for me, that is the stuff we need to talk about. Yeah, Yabu, no, he's not gonna work. Go, what's it called? Maresca's is uninspiring manager. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am from Brazil. I meant to take you. Okay, listen. The defense was shambolic. Fair enough, but listen, we're gonna talk about defense. Actually, I have quite a bit of a negative on the defense myself, so don't worry, bro. Major problems. Sanchez, Enzo, Gusto, Jackson, how to solve. Listen, I'm gonna save that and we're gonna discuss that, bro. Let's actually discuss what I'm gonna talk about then. So I think from certain aspects, the thing I want to talk about is as follows, right? So I think the first thing we want to talk about is in terms of what we had on the pitch, the formation and stuff. Yeah, it did not work in this game. I think for me, and I've said this before, if you're going to play Palmer as a touchline winger and Nkuku as a touchline winger, you're setting yourself up for failure, both for Nkuku and my other guy, Palmer, because they are not necessarily touchline wingers. They are more so roaming wingers. They need someone there that's going to overlap them to give them that space to be able to, be a bit more, to come in a bit more centrally to do the job they want to do. Right, and that goes for both Nkuku and that goes for Palmer. Now, even with Nkuku in particular, I've always been of the school of thought that he's a better creator at the very least in the middle, right? He's much better when he's creating in the middle. Just something we've known about him at RB Leipzig, on the left wing, again, I thought it was a good option to have there. But again, if you're not going to get someone to overlap him, until you start doing it early in the second half of Kukurea, then you're setting Nkuku up for failure there, in my personal opinion. So at the very least, that section of the attack was problematic. You know what I mean? There was a lack of creation, in my personal opinion, as well, because if you want to come from our wings, the lack of creation, particularly in that first half to early bit of the second half, we were not creating stuff in the middle either. I'm pretty sure here, chat would agree with me. There was a lack of creation going on, particularly in the middle. And I think the thing that was really annoying me more so than anything else is that, guys, something I've talked about on this channel. I said this both under Pochettino, and I'm saying this now, ironically now under Maresca, is the tempo. Now, tempo, is set. The moment the ball gets from the goalkeeper's hand to the defender. Our defenders, in my personal opinion, particularly from the attacking aspect, when we're trying to go forward, trying to push forward, trying to speed up play. Not good, bro. We're not being rapid. We're not being fast. We're not moving. No, not rapido, bro. Not fast. You know what I mean? We're not rapid in our push-up play. Bang, 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 bang. Again, something that Maresca talks about a lot here is this idea of one touch then pass, right? 2 touches essentially. First touch is to control the ball. Second touch is to basically pass the ball, right? And yes, that's going to take time. But I feel like, a lot of the time, bro, Fafana's holding the ball too long, or my guy, Cole, was holding the ball too long. And by the time he gets to the midfield, or by the time he gets to the wing, bro, the other team's already well fit up, set up correctly, in their block, wherever they need to be in. And, we have to, reset the whole thing again. And that is not going to help you in the medium to long term, particularly when we talk about defense a little bit, which is not so great. yeah, you need to be outscoring teams. You need to be able to at least maintain a high enough pressure to be able to score and produce at the end of the day. But that's just me. Or man had KDB and Foden missing. They were dominating us. Imagine if they were fit. Yes, of course, man. His passing through was wonderful. What's it called? Was wonderful. Creating chances, but sadly, no one to finish them. I hate when we don't look at amazing passes done by players unless it's an assist or goal. Nkunku has to play centrally even over Palmer. I would agree with this comment. Owners seem content with waiting on Enzo Cell, but how many managers get fired while using him? Great plan with we'll discuss Enzo in a bit. You still can't cross a ball. I don't get it. I don't think he can't cross the ball. I think there's a bit of another issue to this. Now, before we get to the other stuff, I want to leave the defense to last. I feel like the stuff about the defense is already a known entity. You know what I mean? It'd be wrong of me to bring up the defensive aspect of stuff when we as Chelsea fans already know that the defense is already cooked. You know what I mean? That defense to goalkeeper situation, we already know is already cooked. So there's no point in me bringing them up and discussing them, you know, with mad pleasure and everything like that. So we move on that. Sorry, am I speaking too fast? Sorry, bro, if I'm speaking too fast, chat. Let me know if I'm speaking too fast. Sorry. But going forward, yeah, and talking about, you know, that again, as I talked about before, lack of overlapping for Nkunku and what's it called? Palmer. Jackson should not have even played, you know, this game at all, in my personal opinion, right? I don't understand why Jackson played. The issue for me, bro, with Jackson, yeah, even if I can, you know, remove myself from like the stuff that's happened to him, zero match sharpness. Brother's not played in 2 months, right? Zero match sharpness. Why we decided to play Jackson, for me, yeah, it's still a mystery. You know, we should not have played him at all. He should have held bench. You should have given this guy the Servette game in the Conference League and to be able to do a job, because my brother right now, bro, is not ready. He's not ready to play football. I don't and you can see it, bro. He was even worse, yeah, than what he usually is, bro. Was unable to link up play with his teammates, particularly in that first half, bro. You know, was continuously offside. You know what I mean? Now, offside, maybe you can make the argument, oh, Ahmed, you know, he's offside because he's shit and stuff like that. But at the same time, I could make that same argument back to you that it's because of his lack of match sharpness that he's not good enough. So I think for me, when it comes down to my guy, Action Jackson or Jackson himself, he's just not ready right now, boys and girls. He's not ready right now. Okay, simple as that. And you should not have played him at all. I don't care if you have to put in Nkunku there and just start Neto on the left wing, right? Or something like that. Or even if you still play in Nkunku there, you know, get maybe Palmer in the false nine. Why we did not do that? Just play Palmer false nine and then literally play, Madueke on the right wing, because Madueke is playing all of the off season, right, in the preseason in particular. Why we didn't do that, I did not understand, because for me, that probably was the best recipe for success for us at that moment in time. So let me see what you guys have to say about the Action Jackson section, because I know a lot of people were cooking Action Jackson. You know, I even got a text message by my good friend Billy. He was like to me, Ahmed, you've been back in Action Jackson for so long. Today, the you know what I mean, the chickens have come home to roost, he said, basically. And you know what I mean, it is what it is. Don't underestimate Servette Thursday, and Wolves will beat us next weekend. I disagree, RC. I think for me, we'll discuss it a bit more. This is a blip. Listen, we need to be progressing, bro. Of course, against Man City, that's not going to happen, bro. You know what I mean? It's going to be quite difficult. Keep buying on hold. Fair enough. Offside Ballon d'Or winner. Facts, it's cooked. Jackson is lost. Kukurea is fanboy in Haaland. Yeah, Jackson Jackson, my guy, should a left winger from now on. We'll see what happens. Maybe that might be changed. Jackson is still childish. Fair enough, bro. We hear you, and we hear you here, man. We hear you. Onikut. Moi, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Only cute we hear, only cute, you know what I mean? Big up. But guys, I want to actually continue on here on another aspect that's not being spoken about, right? Which is on my guy Cole Palmer. I want to give him some credit, because listen, that guy was getting doubled up. He's learning now that this is going to be what is the league welcome going to be. It's no longer a 1v1 thing for him. I think he's done a great job there. I think for me, the thing about Palmer, again, you saw what the reports about him playing centrally was necessary, right? Because I think for me personally, Nkunku can play that central role quite well. And I think Palmer can play that central role quite well, particularly when he's free roaming into that area and Gusto was just staying there as a literal right winger. Yeah, on that side of the pitch. I think for me personally, you know, Palmer playing that is great. The question you got to have now as the manager is that you've really got to choose, by the way, between two guys. Yeah, you've got to play between Nkunku you got to play with Palmer. And the question is going to be, who do you choose? Do you still believe to play Palmer there, but you get someone to at least overlap him like a Gusto to be able to do something like that? Maybe, maybe not, but we will see what happens at the very least in that aspect of the football game. But ladies and gentlemen, bro, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I just think in general, in the attack did not work today. Cooked attack, no juice, nothing, no Bidis, no Hilib. You know, I'm giving you a lot of Somali teams here right now. And I think for me personally, strike that whole attack was not functioning as it should have done. And to be honest, you guys can beat Man City for the team that's to build up that team around Palmer. Better by Lucas Costa, he says Jackson takes too many touches. He's very frustrating to watch. He's allergic to shooting, and his decision making in the box is that of a League Two player. Fair enough, Ahmed. I'm choosing in Cuckoo there. Fair enough. The way I would tell this, bring Jorgensen, use Lavia in Cuckoo and Caicedo left wing, Palmer cutting in, and Jackson not up top. Why can't we play them both drop one of the 6s and 8s? I think Palmer is going to play right wing and drift inside. Okay, bro. Now, I think for me, one of the things we didn't realize at the very least is this idea of playing touchline wingers, bro, is really important for this guy's play style, because like you need this guy to have that happen. Because when Pedro Neto came on, at the very least, you know, at least in the moments that he played, that brother was literally just trying to go 1v1 of his team. But of course, they were doubling up on him, tripling up on him. But the problem was on the other side, we had Gusto, and obviously Madueke did not come on in this game. So again, another thing that, you know, I looked at and I read it and I was thinking, why is that not happening necessarily? What's going on there per se? So I think for me personally, again, you look at that sort of thing and I'm thinking maybe you should have brought on Madueke when you brought on Renato Vega as your final sub to instead of like a Gusto to play him as a wing back role. And maybe you would have gone a lot more better than him, because at least I know Madueke can beat his man 1v1. Yes, his decision making afterwards might be a bit cooked currently, but he can still do a job for you at the end of the day. So I think for me, that's another thing though. But this leads me on to believe, by the way, guys, and we'll discuss a little bit later when I go back to the Sterling section, right? Because obviously Sterling's been left out. It seems that he's trying to get forced out of the club now. That there's another winger coming into the club. For me, it definitely smells like to me another winger is coming into the football club. Whoever that may be, we will find out. But definitely another winger is coming to the football club. Lucas Costa, you can give me your theories on that one as well. We are cooked if we don't sign Osimhen. Fair enough. We were not signing Osimhen, guys. Palmer drifting inside gives Gusto too much to do. Fair enough. Should have seen Neto and Madueke and moved Palmer centrally. I agree. Moraski coached a good game. He can't be blamed for Cole's unwillingness to defend and poor final third finishing. We need quality CB, screen quality CB and quality CF. I agree with this take, by the way. But obviously I've spoken quite heavily about an attack and the stuff that I would have done to change it. I think it's only fair that we talk about the defense quickly before I go to the. I know there's a guy that's lurking in the room. It's a big figure in the room that I know a lot of people want to talk about. We'll discuss him. Don't worry, guys. Tranquilo. This is a 1 hour and a half show usually, so I have more than enough time to speak about him, bro. As I said before. I saw there are people saying that this was City's B team. I don't see it, bro. I think most of their TS team was there except Rodri. I would say so too. Sell Lukaku to Parthenope. Fair enough. And why can't we get Ivan Toney and Chiesa for 15-20 minutes? Absolute shout. I personally would not say Chiesa for April because of his injury history, and that is a shadow of his former self. So I wouldn't say Chiesa is the one. In terms of what we're going to do, why can't we go for Ivan Toney? Ivan Toney has not passed his CBR check. That's why no English team, if you've not noticed, my brother, is going in for him. If there was, what's it called, any team, any guy that was coming in for him, that was doing the stuff that he did, obviously the gambling stuff, and that stuff was not true, any club would go after him. So again, Arya, he's not passed the CBR check, that's why. Enzo needs to be dropped. So listen, we're gonna get to him, my bro. Chiesa hasn't played. Yes, exactly. Emma O'Connor, Todd, but what's it called? If we don't, yes, we're gonna discuss him too, Lucas Costa. And Ivan Toney obviously is going Saudi because of that. So yes, he's going to Al Ahly, if I'm not mistaken, Al Hilal, something like that, bro. So that's the way it's going. But we see for all those TV issues in defense and the strikers instead of Jackson today, and we win. Fair enough. And like guys, obviously now let's talk about the defense. I think from defensively, bro, in general we were poor. I think Kukurea probably was the best in terms of the back four in terms of defense. Gusto today Yeah, it was not great enough in my personal opinion. He was very sloppy today. Wasn't his best game in my personal opinion, defensively and offensively, in my personal opinion. It wasn't so great from him. But I trust Gusto to be able to come back from this. Um, um, I mean, I think he's going to be good enough to come back and to do a job that he needs to do to be able to get the job done, in my personal opinion. I think for me, obviously, you look at Colwell and what's it called, Fafana. I think Fafana, obviously, Brian, the mistake he made that led to the goal, right? I think he was all right. I would have to say, in my personal opinion, wasn't as bad as he usually is. So I think for me, in my personal opinion, he was all right. Colwell, in my personal opinion, obviously, the first goal, wasn't able to get his leg there before it came to Haaland. Part of it, you could say, is because of the fact of what Silva did. But I think for me personally, could have got a leg there. Obviously, that leads to the 1-0. Now, for the 2-0, obviously, the midfielders didn't do anything, right? So, for me, I did not understand yet, and this is just the thing I talk about when it comes to my guy, Levi Colwell, which is that the proactiveness. You know what I mean? He's not an aggressive CB, which is okay. But like as a CB, you need to know when it's time to step up here and actually be a bit more proactive and rip the ball out. You know what I mean? And he was not able to do that, in my personal opinion, in that second goal for Kovacic, which really annoyed me a lot, because I was like, bro, listen, the midfielders weren't able to do it. Time for you to step up quickly and get the ball. And he wasn't able to do so at all, bro. So again, I don't understand why we didn't do that, bro. Honestly, it was really annoying me, bro. And that's the thing. Like, for me, Fafana right now was all right. He had a mistake in him. But again, this is a guy from an ACL injury, so I'm not going to be too quickly on him to start cussing him out and stuff like that. So as such, I'm going to keep it pushing P. At least in Fafana, because I can at least give Fafana some level of gracious levity, because I'm like, okay, he's not been fit for a while. He's not been looking good, bruv. So I can at least understand, the school of thought on that one, in my personal opinion. Cole putting up the pull out of the tackle, in my opinion, fair enough. The problem I see is that all these problems were here last season. I'm really scared. I like how ruthless Maresca is. He's pushing out Carney, Chilwell, and Sterling. If you aren't Charles Over, then you need to go. Fair enough. Hiring the championship manager is a disgrace. Fair enough. Good up to you. See Cole, who ran out of excuses. Whilst the second goal was shit from the midfield, and TB's, it went straight at the keeper. That we'll discuss too. Yes, that what's it called? The second goal could have been prevented. Sanchez used his head and see that Gusto is under pressure. Yes, I think the other issue you also need to talk about, boys and girls, is the fact that my guy Gusto, I think my guy, particularly Sanchez, bro, he had a stinker again. Not able to make his saves. That second goal in particular, bro, he should have been able to save that with cash money ease. And like, the fact he wasn't able to do so, again, just shows you, bro, how poor of a goalkeeper he is, bro. And you have to hope, man, next game, your boy Jorgensen comes in and that he's able to do a job, in my personal opinion. Because, I think Jorgensen, at least from what I know, in terms of shot stopping and the stuff he's able to do in that aspect, he's not so great. But you know what I mean? Sorry, guys. The second goal, City were clinical. We weren't. Yes, that's true too. Why that was Enzo captain? Got to ask the football club, my boy Yabu. Wilkinson has to play next game, surely. I would have to say so too, but he has to play next game, surely. That's that City, LOL, T-Rex, Sterling, and Mr. Okay, Jackson. The City thought they looked like a team. Bet Cole back, so okay. All right, let's not do that, man. Too much. Petrovic is not a bad shout, but the thing is, we know Petrovic is being moved on, my brother Yabo. So there's no way that's gonna happen. If I didn't know better, I'd have thought that City team had won 4 titles in a row. I'd say that Maresca will learn about Sanchez the hard way, bro. I feel like, bro, he should have learned about him the hard way from all of the video he's watched. Yeah, that's the issue, bro. He's watched the video, he's watched the tapes. So for me personally, I'm like to him, okay, bro, you know what he's like, you know what he's about. So why aren't you doing what you need to do to get the job done? You know he's already not good enough. Listen, why are you trying to die on this hill? This is not a hill that you should be dying on, my brother. Trying to move on from. So I don't understand what the school of thought about this is. By the way, guys, I'm 20 away from 50 likes. Please, can you get to 50 likes, please? If you don't mind, bro. It helps me out and helps the channel out as well. Thank you very much. So we move on that one still. My God, sorry, my throat is killing me. Pause. listen, we'll see what happens. I've heard so many excuses you wouldn't give to rivals that indefinitely, United and Arsenal, who have got cooked and cooked and cooked again. You lost your team in shite when you not see this. All right, bro. But you're the one that's coming into other people's chat trying to crash it, bro. I've never gone to another person's chat try to crash it. If anything, I always try to be analytical. Massive positive after being out for a whole year. Lavia is going to be sensational. Of course he is, bro. You've known this for a while. You know what I mean? I've been saying it for time. Cole is not a great defender. Good player maybe, but he doesn't engage, just constantly backs off his man. But again, listen, you know what it is, man? Not all defenders, by the way. Guys, mods, can we time out Samson, bro? He's doing too much in my personal opinion. I've been saying this for a while. I think with Cole, again, he's not an aggressive CB. Him and Buddy is short, in my personal opinion, are very much clean up centre backs. They clean up after the guy that's the aggressive player. And the thing about him is that it's not that he needs to be aggressive. It just needs to be a bit more proactive, bro. That's all he needs to do, bro. If he was a little bit more proactive, bro, I honestly think he'd be all right, man. He'd be all right, man. You know what I mean? But the thing is, bro, he's not been proactive enough. That's all it is. Like so that's just for me personally. Big up to our boy IBGG. But again, obviously, there's nothing more I need to really say about the Sanchez stuff because listen, we know Sanchez is finite in contatum. We don't need to speak about anything about him at all. The centre backs, I think, again, with time is the hope that these guys get better. Maybe in the market, we decide to go in there and get in another quality CV that we might have to do, as a result of this. Maybe if that's a Hincapié as an LCB, whether it's an RCB we go for. Maybe a Hanko, something else. We need to look for another centre back, in my personal opinion, to really help to improve the team. But that's just me. Lavia needs to start. I agree with this take. United are more modern than us. What's it called? Caicedo was good until Lavia went off and Enzo went deep. Not all defenders, I agree on, but our defense lacks that general, so important. Yeah. Do you know what it is, Calby? Again, I think the key word for him is he's not proactive enough, brother. He's not proactive. He doesn't know when to come in. I want to do stuff. I hear you, bro. If Maresca wants to keep playing Sanchez, then he will get sacked a lot quicker. I'm waiting for the big game howler that Sanchez will do. Hopefully, Enzo figures that out before Christmas. If Maresca keeps starting Sanchez, he gets no sympathy from me. Lavia is quality. I have one hope. Maresca seems ruthless already with Sterling, Carney, etc. Lavia is essential if you want to play out from the back. 100%. Now let's talk about the midfield. I've spoken about Lavia already. Caicedo, I think he was actually pretty decent, I have to say, Caicedo, when he was playing the box-to-box midfield, right? When Lavia was the pure six, essentially, right? He was actually pretty decent, I think Caicedo was doing his job correctly. It was when he decided to actually go into a pivot with Enzo, as a two, that it did not work out for the brother, bro. He was not good enough. He was way too high up the pitch as well. So I think for me, again, that's something to think about, something to learn about, definitely for Caicedo for sure. But I think that Caicedo-Lavia partnership is quite strong, in my personal opinion. They definitely are able to understand each other and read each other's mind already. So those two make a very good pairing in midfield. Now there is the big thing of my good friend Enzo Fernandez. Let me take a deep. You know what? I need to take a drink. Let me get a drink too. You know what I mean? I know chat's ready to be talking about to cook. Guys, get your Enzo comments in right now while I just drink some water. Sorry. Because my throat is killing me. Pause. But listen, guys, in terms of the Enzo stuff that we need to speak about, there's a lot to speak about, bro. In this game. I think, again, this is something where if someone who has watched tape, on my guy and Enzo, he's been watching tape on Chelsea all of last season allegedly. I think this is one aspect where I think with Maresca, bro, it's kind of how shall I say, drop the ball. You know what I mean? Let me just put this one down. And that's all. But listen to we move. Ahmed, this is the time. Watch this video. Please prove the chat wrong. I can't do that, my brother, because I would get I'll actually get a strike, a copyright strike, because it would be like I'm watching the video illegally. So I'm not allowed to do so, my brother. Enzo has a great game or poor one, nothing in between. I need them about to crash it on Mikel Damona. What happened? What is clear is that Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo does not work. Of course, we've known that though in preseason, Arya. The thing is, Arya, we knew in preseason that it did not necessarily work, in my personal opinion. So again, nothing new. Right, Enzo Fernandez is kind of crazy, bro. Crazy with raising 160 million on free average CBs in Fafana, Disasi, and Badia Short, and saying we need to go into the market for better. How about buy better in first place and spend that on quality CBs? I feel like, bro, when we brought both Fafana and Badia Short, they were actually decent, bro. That's the difference. We actually brought decent guys initially. It's just that they've not turned out to be good. That's what's happened, bro. Literally. Enzo needs to play against low block teams. Enzo can't defend at all. Either he's too slow or he's just brilliant. He's like a snowman. Bafana is good. He hasn't played consistently a minute. All the chances at the edge of the box went to Enzo and he missed it. He messed it up. We need Palmer and Cuckoo there. Ahmed, did you see the frustration on Bodie's face? Of course. A highlight of it, of course, is either going to glaze Enzo or downplay him. Enzo is slower than Alonso in 2020, 2021. He needs to bench if he doesn't play. The dip he is already on. He's only good at spraying the passes. Oh my lord, look who's here, man. What a fraud, man. This guy's a fraud, you know. Man really said, yeah, B and C ain't for everyone, G. They're up to my guy Staffy. Make sure to obviously subscribe to our boy Staffy TV. You know what I mean? See, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm talking. This is the utter woke nonsense, yeah, that we're talking about. But you know what? This is just the utter woke nonsense, yeah, that I've been talking about, bro. You know what I mean? From thingy. But listen, what I'm gonna say with Manchester City, guys. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction, boys. So we got to keep it pushing up, as they say. Said from day one about Enzo Fernandez, he's not that good and not better than Jorginho, but all I've ever gotten is backlash from our fans. Enzo does not need to play at all. Let's keep counting. Other than Joe Shields signing Palmer and Lavia, rest all looking average signings. Ahmed, the result is really disappointed. Fair enough, bro. Why didn't Madueke start most match fit player we have? You got to ask him, bro. It will be real. Enzo didn't have an awful game. Not worse than Caicedo to me, but needs to be better. I got a question. What's it called? You know what I mean? Without Enzo in the midfield, who moves the ball for us effectively? I think, again, the way you do it, bro, is that you've got Caicedo. Caicedo can be that box-to-box guy that can push the ball forward, can keep it pushing, can keep it ticking. He was doing that previously. You know what I mean? Again, so this is nothing new, but Man 13. You've got already a guy that can do that for you in Caicedo, in my personal opinion. You have Lavia that will be the holding six. You have him there. And we have Nkuku too, yeah, or Felix, yeah, if that's the case, or Palmer, who can play the next 8 role, yeah, to do that job for you, Man 13. We can't keep blaming the coaches. We need to hold these players accountable for their actions. Enzo is just a good forward passer of the ball. Was horrible, and Maresca kept him for 90 minutes. Maresca made a Poch-like mistake with the subs and lost after the game. A lot of chess for United fans who scored 1-0 via City. Minus scored when Enzo had a stinker. All right, bro. Listen, Staffy, you know I'm on to you, big man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna let you know. You know what I mean? Don't go anywhere. Don't lose. Maresca not wanting to change Enzo for Neto and priorities and defense set up is what cost us today. That is a big, good point, bro. That's something that really annoyed me. So if you were doing the watch along alongside of me, one of the things I was doing is that we should have actually moved Enzo, because I felt like Enzo was not having a truly positive effect on the game. That was just me personally. I feel like, again, Nkuku in the middle would have provided a lot more in terms of the attacking angle, the passing, the dribbling, the driving. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to consistently be doubling up on my guy. What's it called? Neto, because it would have given Neto a lot more space to operate in and throw a job in as well. Caicedo can do everything Enzo does. I agree. In the last 5 matches when Enzo did play, who moved the ball? Lavia, Caicedo, and Nkuku, or someone else in the 10 is the way to go. I agree. Somali flip, Enzo passing is better. Slightly better. That's it. What did I tell you about us getting off the ball? Look at our fans blaming individuals and look at our structure. The problem is, I was looking at the distance covered by Chelsea, right? Even with Gallagher, we've been outrun the midfield, but Enzo had 10.5k kilometers run, and I think Caicedo had like something similar. So the issue isn't that we're not running; we actually are running. It's just that teams are doing even more running than what we are doing, essentially. If that makes sense, slightly a bit more. Ain't no coincidence we didn't miss Enzo towards the end of last season when he was out, and we was better without him. Okay, so let me actually speak about Enzo. Right, I think in this game, he kind of got given the free roam role. You know what I mean? We saw it. He was playing in the 6 at times. He was then playing. He was then playing as an attacking 8 at times too. And that for me is a big issue for me personally, because if I'm Maresca, you've watched the tapes, you've been reading the paper, you've been analyzing stuff, you've been saying, I've been watching stuff, I've been reading stuff, you've been hyping that up, yeah. And for me, if that's the case and you've been doing all of this, why are you still playing a guy like Enzo in that attacking 8 role? Now, listen, we used to cook Poch here for playing Enzo in that role, but the fact that he's done it now and Poch has done it, you've got to ask the question: what is Enzo showing them either in preseason or in training that's making these guys believe that he can only play that? And I think part of it, of course, is the defensive aspect, because I think that is true. A lot of the time, a lot of us here on the channel have spoken about the fact that he's not defensively that great, and that, if you're going to play him as a deep line playmaker, you got to really play him how at Chelsea under Tuchel we did with Jorginho, aka J5, where we had Kante and Kovacic. Great guys that were box to box, that were also runners, that were able to run the ball and help on the defensive side of the game quite well. Particularly Kante, who was a well-known world-class guy that can do that job efficiently and effectively, in my personal opinion. Now, if that's the case, and that's what you need, of course, yes, you've got Caicedo next to Enzo. I don't think Lavia can be that box-to-box 8, in my personal opinion. I just think right now he's a 6. And then this is why, by the way, it becomes an issue of why did we then let Santos go? You know what I mean? This is why you should not have let Santos go. Santos should have stayed at the club, right? And he should have been that other 8 right now. If you're gonna place Enzo in that deep line playmaker role, right? 6. Like, you need to have Santos there, because Santos could be your other box-to-box guy in the 3 who could move up and down the pitch consistently again. So that's the thing for me. I think the issue I also had, bro, when we were in the attacking third, and the stuff was happening with Enzo, no shooting, lackluster. His first touch, lackluster. He was looking cooked. It looked like he didn't even have preseason too. It looked like literally the brother did not have preseason when I'd seen that he had preseason already, bro. You know what I'm saying to you, chat? Like, he literally looked like someone who had not had preseason, even though we all knew he had preseason. So that for me was hella confusing to me, because like he was making Jackson look like he had preseason. You know what I mean? So that was what really annoyed me too. Yes, you already spoke about it, my brother. So I think for me personally, man, I don't necessarily see the value of having Enzo in the team right now. After this before, guys, one thing I always prioritize, and I'll tell you, and I'll say this again, boys and girls, is that I think for me, when it comes to Chelsea Football Club, I don't care about the players, bro. I don't care if you have to hold a guy on the bench to be able to do so. I want the team to function well and to work well. We've known this before for a long while, and I've said this before. This team will work, if the team will work without Enzo, then let him hold bench. If the team's going to work with Enzo, then you have to find that way to make it happen. Otherwise, bro, don't play him. Simple as that. Don't play him at all. But for me personally, Enzo, not great in the way he played today and in the position that he played today. Hopefully, if you are going to play someone attacking in the middle, it has to be in Cuckoo, or when Felix comes, it'll be Felix probably, or Palmer. Simple as that, really. Tell me again, how does João Felix help us? We already can't fit in our best 10 in Palmer and Cuckoo in their positions. How does this add João? How does adding João make sense? Again, Jeffrey, bro, that is not the problem. The issue, the reason we could fit both in Cuckoo and Palmer there. The problem was, bro, we didn't have guys overlapping them, bro, until the second half. Carefree FC. That was the fundamental issue, my brother. I'm pretty sure you of all people will understand that. If you're gonna play both in Cuckoo and Palmer as on either side, they have to be 10s who have to be overlapping. That's what I'm saying to you. Again, a guy like Felix is gonna be there to be on the bench, bro. He's not meant to be there to be a starter, my brother. Lots of players look like they weren't ready, but I agree. We all know what Enzo does his best work, but he's been forced into a team, to be honest. One of Enzo, Caicedo, or Lavia needs to be dropped. I think Enzo needs to be dropped because I feel like Lavia, bro, he looks just too necessary for the team, bro. He just makes the team click, in my personal opinion, in his current state. You know what I mean? Palmer's so much better in 10 compared to right wing. Maresca was once his 10 to track back, hence why Enzo played there. Maresca's system requires offensive players having defensive balance, need to have plan B. I agree with this comment. Getting Felix is literally a means to allow us to get rid of Gallagher, nothing more. What's it called? Teams look much better with Lavia as sole 6 with 2 8s ahead of him, not Enzo, Lavia, consider triangle. And again, Somali playing. We knew this if you had watched preseason. And Maresca saw this again against Manchester City, ironically, in pre-season. So that's where, for me, I'm not necessarily allowed. I'm not. I might be missing something there, but it just was not clicking. I don't hate Nkuku left, but Palmer has to play 10. Goals are a major challenge for this team. We can't mount a top 4 talent if we can't stick the ball into the back of the net. Of course, bro. But this is where, by the way, in the chat, bro, my throat is killing me. Pause. Oh my god. But this is where, again, guys, it becomes so key, by the way, for us to be able to go and get an Osimhen. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not a big fan of Osimhen's style of play, I at least know ball into the net is going to happen for sure. Ball into the net is going to happen. You know what I mean? Also, Ahmed, I might have missed you talking about it, but why did the fullbacks rarely invert today, bro? They rarely inverted, they rarely overlapped as well, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, maybe in this system, he thought that it wasn't going to work out as such. So, listen, we have to see what happens. I will talk after the conference game, but for now, I just need a striker. Maresca's whole system is touchline wingers to take on the man 1v1. Did you see how wide Palmer was? If you won't play genuine wingers, he needs to. That's what I was saying, Carefree FC, by the way, bro. That was my issue, Carefree FC. I don't know if you read me earlier or watched the stream, bro. I was like, you can't play these guys as pure 1v1. And Q cannot work as a touchline winger. Palmer cannot work as a touchline winger. Like, this is why Carefree FC, I've said, the reason why they're pushing out Sterling for me now, it seems more than likely they're trying to bring in another winger to play on the right wing, in my personal opinion, because they already got Neto on the left wing, and they're trying to bring in another guy to play on the right wing, in my personal opinion. Salam alaikum wa alaikum salam. Get Tony, please. He hasn't passed the CBR check. No way. Abdul Salam. All right, Maresca Nation, big up to our boy Vic. I can only see Gusto in the midfield twice all game. Maresca set up 2 defensively scared of City attack. He did not allow for his attack to flourish. Interesting. Neto right wing, Joust and Nkuku left wing for me. All right, Napoli, love my ass. You get smacked 3-0. Chelsea, you get smacked 2-0. Enough is enough. Time to make that damn swap. We both need to ST, EBL, help Conte, Igbali, help Maresca. Fair enough, bro. Listen, no lies were told in that one for sure. No lies were told in that one for sure. But guys, listen, guys, I am literally, as I said to you guys before, let's see what the subs are saying. I am literally, boys and girls, 7 away from 60 subscribers, if you don't mind. 7 away from 60 subscribers. And in terms of actually, what's it called? People watch the likes. Let's see what the likes are saying, boys. The likes right now are saying. Was it good? 39 likes. Let's get to 50 likes, please. Let's get to 50 likes, if you don't mind, please. Thank you very much indeed. Once again, I learned today is that Jackson definitely stayed on the bench season. No cap in the fan base and the upper hierarchy. Saw the light today. I'm already on Nation. It's crazy, Jacob Huggins. I'm definitely for sure. Let's do that, bro. 7 away, obviously, from 60k. 7 away from 60 subscribers. 7, please. Let's get there, please, if you don't mind. Madueke and Neto touchline wingers today and Enzo on the bench would probably produce different results today. I think so too, bro. At the very least, we would have seen a bit more directness in the team, in my personal opinion. And I think it would have worked a lot more wonders. But again, this is the thing for me, part of the issue that, Maresca's got right now, and I'll say this to people in chat, is that, he came in with a promise that he's going to unlock Enzo, right? That's something that all of the managers that came in, they made the promise to their ownership that we're going to unlock, Enzo Fernandez for the team to be able to make him work. So so even if I don't want him to play next week Saturday, we all know, by the way, Enzo is playing next week, right? We all know he's playing next week. We all know he's the captain of the team. Like, you know what I mean? So again, for me personally, it's just going to be very hard to make that happen, boys and girls. So I think for me right now, as I said to many of you guys before, again, and I'll reiterate to the chat, Enzo's playing next year against Wolves. Even if I don't want that to happen, that's going to happen because of the fact, A, he's the captain, and B, the club have made it to the mission of any manager to unlock Enzo Fernandez. That's what they've said. You know what I mean? This is not even me trying to violate. That's what they've said. That's what they've wanted. That's what they've demanded. You know what I mean? So for me personally, even if I didn't want this to happen, that is what the club would like to happen at the end of the day, boys. Lavia and Caicedo, solid pivot. I agree. I like that you tried to read all of the comments. Tough job. You're a good man, Ahmed. Thank you, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys are commenting, and I feel like it's only out of respect that what's it called? Out of respect to the chat and everyone else, that I kind of at least give you guys some level to talk about. You know what I mean? So big up to everyone here. The irony of John Durant scoring this weekend made this directors look so lame. Fair enough. Wow, did I just get raided, guys? Did I just get raided, chat? Damn, did I get raided, boys? Wow, I just got a lot of people watching me. Big up to everyone here that's come here. If there's been a raid, give me 1 minute, bro. I'm not gonna send the link right now, Habibi. Give me un minuto. Let me get some thingy on here. Give me 1 moment, boys. Here you go. Sorry, boys. Sorry to guys in chat. Oh, yo, who is this? Wow, yeah, sorry, that was crazy. How do you rate today's performance out of 10? I think, again, it's a 6 out of 10 performance. A lot of stuff that was there we really knew about. These clowns told Osimhen Maresca to make the star big money sign Enzo Maresca as captain to keep playing him. To keep playing him regardless, as they don't want to lose face Clown Lake raid. But didn't Igbali say that he will move on from mistakes? Maybe it's Enzo's last chance. We'll see what happens, bro. Remember when Enzo selected the board, said he knew the team well and pitched how he would play them. Wonder what his pitch. That's what I said. Carefree FC, by the way. I know you probably will listen to me. That's why I was like, if you watch the tape, I don't understand why he was playing there. So, Ahmed, where is the Jao Bomber? It will be happening soon, my brother. It will be happening tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, bro. Relax, boys. It will be happening tomorrow morning. So we'll be good, man. We'll be good. Big up to the Raiders. Enzo is a deep line playmaker. We all knew this, bro. Listen, with me today is my good friend Jared. You may know him from his time when he used to be on MAH all the time. Big up to my boy Dr. J. What we saying, bro? I haven't got obviously my headphones on, bro. But you can start.
Yo, man, what's going on?
I'm doing good, bro. Go ahead, bro. Speak your piece.
I'm working right now, so I only got like 15 minutes, but
keep pushing.
Yeah, today it's not a big deal in my opinion. I don't think it's like the end of the world kind of shit. There's definitely positives you can take from today. And it just puts into perspective how different parts of our team works, and particularly because it's a big thing right now, Enzo in the team. I think we all know where Enzo plays, and that's where Lavia is. He can't play the 10.
Yes.
Well, we don't even play with 10s now. We play with 2 advanced 8s that press up and down the field. He doesn't play the 10. He doesn't play the 8. He plays the 6, and we all know he does that, and that's where Lavia is playing right now. But you can't make a case for Lavia to be dropped because since the start of preseason, Lavia has been our best player. In terms of performances, in terms of what he brings to the team, and so on. We know that Enzo can bring something similar to the team in terms of passing, press resistance, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the defensive aspect, obviously Caicedo and Lavia trump him on that every day.
Do you know what it is, bro? Yeah, and I was just saying this right now. If you're gonna play, what's it called, Enzo, you need to play him. You need to play him, obviously deep line playmaker role, but you need to get legs around him. Now, Caicedo can be one half of that, yeah, but I don't think Lavia can be the other half, like the box to box 8. I don't think Lavia can do the box to box 8 role, quite effectively, right? So, but then the issue becomes, guess what? We don't have someone else on the left, or we don't have someone there because Santos is currently in Strasbourg Nation, doing his thing, right? You also don't have someone else, in that thing that can make that run continuously going up and down the pitch. Maybe KDH is that guy, you bring in for the legs.
That's what I was thinking. I'm probably thinking that because that's what he did. I'm pretty sure that's what he did at Leicester.
Just quickly, boys. Be up to our boy Jacob. Hey, round of applause for my boy Jacob, man. Thank you very much. Listen, I got a little thing for my boy Jacob. Little big thing for my boy Jacob. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Make sure to follow United Spurs of America. They could lose against Leicester tomorrow. So listen, a win is a win on that aspect. You move. Oh no, you don't. You can't say at the end of the day. No. You need to consider the fans' feeling because we interact with our rivals, fans, and these people need to come to terms of raw banter. Enzo can't receive the ball in the first phase. He loses the ball on press. Lavia never loses the ball on press. That is true, actually. That's one thing I will give Lavia. He's definitely like press
Yeah,
resistant.
that's true. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we've seen from Enzo in the past, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
year,
Mm-hmm.
um, obviously we know he was playing pretty much all of last season or all of his last season, which ended early for surgery because of a hernia issue. And if anybody knows where the hernia is, it's in the nether regions. And basically the lower half of your body just operates at like 75 to 80% less capacity or functionality when that kind of injury comes out. So, and also he's recovering when recovering from surgery, he went straight to Copa America. I think he wanted to get more out of his summer by going to the Olympics to get some extra game time in a bid to catch up because I think he knew he was going to be late to preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Not much. I don't think he didn't really have a preseason, but his Copa America was technically his preseason
Yes.
post injury kind of thing. And I mean, we see how he plays for Argentina. We've seen how he played for Benfica. He was good in those deeper areas when he had the ball, maximum touches, not like receiving the ball in the first phase and carrying it forward, but kind of like receive like how Lavia receives it and then gives it off to the guy who does all the better passing. Because let's just be honest, Lavia isn't our best passing midfielder, neither
No.
is Caicedo. But Caicedo and Lavia trump Enzo in every aspect of physicality, whether it's speed, tracking, tackling, whatever it is. So
Mm.
if you're gonna play Enzo, you're gonna have to play him beside either Caicedo or Lavia, but it can't be all three at the same time. It just doesn't work because you're forcing Enzo into positions that he's not comfortable in. It's almost like you're playing Cruz in that 10 box to box role. That's basically what Enzo is. That's basically what
Yeah,
Enzo is
right.
in terms of his attributes, right?
That's the
You
thing,
can't
yeah.
just
But I think EPL toughness is good, but the international games are slow. Suits him. Club football is fast, specifically the EPL. That's the issue that you've got right now, and it's the same kind of the same issue we had initially when with my guy. What's it called? Jorginho, when he used to play fast, by the way, right? Because the way that the game was being played was so fast, right, and everything like that. It kind of like it kind of meant the only way you could combat that to allow him to be to allow him to still run the game at his pace was guys that were fast enough to be around him and actually help him out, to be his
mm.
legs, if that makes sense. And right
Yeah,
now,
that's the
you
thing.
don't,
That's the
yeah,
thing. But the
and
thing
you
with
only have one
Jorginho,
guy.
right?
Go ahead, bro. Go
Mm.
ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, what are you saying?
Oh no, sorry, no. Honestly, I want to hear your point because I've spoken way too
Oh
much.
no, what I'm saying is the difference between how we used Jorginho and how we're using Enzo right now is that Jorginho wasn't being used as a shuttle bus.
Mm.
Jorginho was literally told to sit, and then you
Mm-hmm.
had Kovacic and you had Kante around him to help him. Now, if
Yes.
we weren't playing this inverted role system, then all three of them could work because Lavia could cover ground, Caicedo
Mm-hmm.
can cover ground, and you basically protect Enzo. It's the same thing that
Exactly.
we did with Kovacic and Kante when it came to Jorginho.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're using this inverted role and there's less defenders behind, and you want to keep possession high up the pitch, so you push more players up. You have Nkunku on the left, you have Palmer shifting into the middle, and you have Gusto effectively playing right wing, and then you have in the middle it's Palmer, Enzo, and then behind Palmer and Enzo it's Caicedo and Lavio. Those three don't work unless you're playing um a what is it, like a triangle middle three, not a box
Yes.
middle four.
Exactly. Yes.
You can't play all three of them. So if it was when Potts was here and he was playing his back four with the three in the middle, and Lavia and Enzo was the deepest and Lavia was slightly ahead of him and Caicedo was also slightly ahead of him, then it would have worked
Mm-hmm.
that way.
Fair
But
enough.
now we're playing with an inverted role where we need more players up front, and Enzo realistically based on the attributes, Enzo has theoretically the attributes to play that advanced role because of his passing and his final third kind of contributions from deep, but he doesn't have the physicality to match. So he basically just gets bypassed
The
the entire
problem,
game.
that's the thing,
But
because like
Lavia and Caicedo now, they don't
Mm,
have the final third kind of output that Enzo would have in
yes,
terms of in terms of their
exactly.
passing ability. So it just doesn't work. It
That's
just
why in
cancels
Cuckoo,
out, and
that's
then it's
why,
just
bro.
redundant.
Yeah, that's why, bro.
Mm.
In Cuckoo probably has to play in that role. By the way, I'm gonna be very honest. I think Caicedo and Lavia together, they can cover the ground that needs to be covered. They can do the defensive work and at least keep pushing the ball forward. And they can keep that shit ticking, right? And then you have
Yeah.
Nkuku there or Palmer there that can actually make that shit work. In my personal opinion, like who's the creator of the of whoever's going to be that end of the day, and that will work. But like, the problem we have here is that you know this, Jared. I know this, Jared. The chap knows this, guys. Yeah, is that Enzo's going to start no matter what, because when any man that came in here post Poch, the main criteria was how are you going to make Enzo Fernandez work. We've known this,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
So we
Enzo
know.
Fernandez is effectively our franchise player.
Yes, he's our franchise player. Like pretty much, we know we have to make him work. But then for me, the problem is becoming that comes for me is that okay, if you don't see KDH as the guy that's going to be starting for you regularly, Maresca, okay, why did we lose a guy like Santos? Because I think Santos could have has the physicality, could have also matched the speed, on that other side to do the job too, alongside Caicedo. And the thing about Santos is he has a final ball.
Yeah, that's true, but I
What?
don't
So
know.
then,
I don't know if we signed. I think we signed KDH as a way of making Maresca's system transition from
yes,
Poch to his system a lot easier because of how well he understands the system, considering us.
yes.
But w- with Santos, right? We all know he's a good player, but the problem is there's too many players in in his position. Anyways, you have three of the best, some of the best young midfielders that we've seen in the last 2-3 years, all at the club now. Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo. And now you bring KDH, and then considering the system, and we're bringing in Palmo centrally, we're bringing in Nkunku centrally, obviously, because Nkunku, I don't think he can play out wide, and if you play Nkunku up front, then that's also an option. But with how much emphasis there is on that central part of the field, and how Enzo Maresca does it, where he either inverts a fullback or he plays four midfielders flat, like we saw today. We saw the Palmas, we saw the Enzo, Lavia, Caicedo, and then he pushed up Gusto, and then he shifts the back three across, making Cucurella effectively another centre back.
Mm-hmm.
With all that competition in for that box four, there's no space for Santos. Even there's no space for Santos. There was no space for Gallagher. That's why Gallagher's out. I don't even think and obviously he's going to be a rotational player, but KDH as well. He's going to be a rotational player in this entire thing. You have Nkunku who's going to play those in the middle points as well. So it's effectively seven-ish players all competing for the same position.
Do you know what the issue is, bro? Right now, we've got we can't really be doing Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo right now. We can't do all three of them together in one midfield. You can't do that because then that does not allow one of Palmer and Cuckoo to actually play in the middle. Like, because that's what we need. You probably need right now. So, and also the fact that now Sterling is looking like the club is pretty much pushing that brother out of the club. Chukwemeka getting pushed out of the club, it seems now as well. Chilwell, we know, is getting pushed out of the club. That probably means to me another winger's coming, by the way. Other than Felix, there's actually another guy they are planning to actually bring in.
The problem is Felix isn't even a winger. That's the thing.
No. I'm saying I'm actually saying other than him, there's another guy that's coming in. There's actually another winger that's coming in. Like, I don't know about you, bro. I don't know if you saw the news of Sterling, bro. I feel like there's another winger coming. Like that. Story.
I think so. I mean, I thought we were gonna stop at Neto, but after that, then maybe.
I think someone else is coming. I'm being serious when I say that too. Like genuinely, someone's coming into that they've already got planned. So they're trying to push out Sterling by hook or by crook or by any means necessary. But I think Somali Flame is correct because, like, I think my issue again comes from Maresca because Maresca, he tells me I've watched the tape, I've watched the whole of last season. You know what I mean? These are his own words, his own quotes that he's come out and said. If he, by that token, he should already know that Enzo Caicedo does not work from last season.
The thing about that specifically last season is that I think we kind of saw Enzo. I don't know if it was instructions or not, but we know Enzo likes to play depot. So I'm pretty sure it was instructions that he was being asked to help out in the press going forward to win the ball high up the field and create those counterattacks more with Gallagher as well. So I think the reason we saw Caicedo isolated so much was because of how it was instructed that Gallagher and Enzo both press as well as the striker, left wing and right wing, and effectively leaving a one-man midfield and making it like a 6-man attack. So,
but I risk artists, bro.
it's
You know he's a franchise player. Like, listen, that's the reality though about artists. Like, this is not even me. Listen, I don't personally would not want to start Enzo in our current setup because I don't see him working. But bro, you bought this brother for £105 million, bro. You know, he was the first guy you bought that big amount of money. You bought all the hype of him, all of the juice of him, all of that stuff of him, bro. He's the franchise player. There's literally no way. There's no two ways about it, boys and girls. And just quickly, guys, we are 1 hour 2 minutes in. I'm literally 8 away from 60 subscribers. Can I get AV to subscribe, please? Under 70 of you guys in here. If you're from Jacob's panel, I'm a nice guy. I don't really cook a lot of teams. I'm actually very respectful. So if you want to subscribe, please do subscribe. And also make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. So it helps me out and helps you guys out too. Thank you very much indeed. Muska won't drop Enzo because these clowns. Yes, exactly as I said. This is something I really agree with. The Maraska messed up today, bro. Jackson and others who haven't had preseason. Yes, I agree. This is something I've already spoken about.
I want to talk on that one specifically.
Go ahead,
about
bro.
Not having a preseason. I think, well, when it comes to Jackson and them starting, I think them not having a preseason is a valid point, but also you have to look at who. We could say Madueke should have started instead of Palmer because Palmer looked way off it today. We could have said Zhu should have started over Jackson, but let's just be honest. Jackson has the experience in the Premier League over Zhu anyways. So I can understand that bit.
Yeah. Just quickly,
Abdi
has another winger's coming. Abdi has another winger's coming because they're pushing Sterling out the door. And if you remember, that Dimarzio report looks a lot more truthful, you know, than it was a few days ago now. So that clearly means they are genuinely trying to bring in another winger, and they're just trying to find a way to offload Sterling in order to make that happen. And again, look at it, guys. We only have right now in the squad 2 touchline wingers, essentially. That's Madueke and Neto. Think the other 3 guys you got in Cuckoo's not touchline. Palmer's not touchline. Felix, if he comes in, is not touchline. So you need so you need one more winger that's going to be touchline for you. That's going to at least be able to do both sides.
Our only touchline wingers are Nani and Neto right now.
Yeah, but sorry, bro. Go back to what you said. I'm just literally trying to read as many questions as I can.
I forgot what the comment was. Oh shit!
It was to do with Dewey and like Jackson and the.
Preseason. Yeah, so I'm saying that I can understand why Jackson and Palmer started because there were 2 of like the 4 best performing players of last season, and they already have the experience in the league compared to, well, not compared to Madueke obviously, but compared to Zhu, Jackson has the experience, and obviously Palmer player of the season last season. So I mean, it was kind of you can't really argue with him starting, but with Nkunku on the left, you probably could be like, yeah, that wasn't the best idea because he's not a touchline winger. You can't isolate him out there. So but the thing is, Jackson has the abilities to be a touchline winger on the left wing as well. And if you want to use Nkunku centrally to utilize his finishing and his link-up play, and you can also utilize Jackson's pace, dribbling, and link-up play on the left-hand side, you could put him on the left and then.
But again, he's not a pure touchline winger either, bro. He's not a pure touchline winger either. So,
he's not, but he does have the abilities to do so. Is what I'm saying. So even if he's not naturally a touchline winger, he possesses the abilities to do so. And Nkunku doesn't have the abilities to be a touchline winger, so you just can't play him out there. Same thing.
You know what it is? Abdi has like the reason why we ain't got a CB yet is because we're trying to get the Chalobah obviously off the books, but and then someone else off the books. I don't know who that's going to be, but they've been trying to force out players out before they bring in other players in. That's what it is, bro. And like I know a lot of people are saying, how can you say that we're going to bring another winger in? I gave you an example already. We've only got 2 touchline wingers. Mudryk, I'm not going to count because again, if Mudryk had the opportunity to come onto the pitch and he literally point blank refused to play him.
But I mean, we had Neto, so I mean,
yeah. Remember, you got Neto on that side. I think for me personally, it's just not gonna. I think someone else is coming in.
Maybe, but I
Palmer
mean,
needs to be ready.
with the
Ahmed.
centre back thing, I don't see us. I don't know why we're so hell bent, or why some people are so hell bent on getting another centre back. We have Badiashile, Disasi, Colwill, Tossin. Who else do we have?
Tosin, Fafana,
Oh yeah,
Disasi,
Fafana.
Badiashile. You know what I mean? Obviously,
We're playing
India
a back four. We're playing a back four. One of our fullbacks is gonna always tuck in as another centre back as well. So remember that in terms
yes.
of like the squad depth chart in each position. We already have 5 centre backs, like 5 out and out centre backs. And then remember that one fullback out of the two that are going to be on the pitch, one is going to form as a third centre back when we go into our possession based formation.
Yep,
So there's no
usually,
need. There's no need for another centre back in what we are in how we're setting up right now. But I don't know.
What's it called? Have you noticed how they are pushing out every player not signed by the current spawn directors? Funny coincidence that all they need to do to go, including Chuku and Madueke and academy lads. I think Madueke happened with the directors. Chukwemeka happened obviously before the directors came in. And obviously, I said this before, bro. Obviously, the stuff of Sterling, I said this today, and I know I was getting cooked in chat for this, but like I was making the point that guys, we need to be having like, a bit more face-to-face stuff. Like at least told them, listen, we don't want you here anymore. You're surplus to come. Just tell them to them straight to their face. And then at least, we can't, you're not giving these players the excuse that, you've not been professional about it. You know what I mean? That's the thing for me personally. Because, if you are in a professional environment, which is football, at least make sure to act, if you're act cutthroat professionally. I don't know about you, bro.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's what you have to do, bro. Like, I just don't understand why they don't do that. Poor recruitment. I hear you, bro. I have to hear you. Why does our
the
team
thing with
never
the
run?
Sassy is, I think the Sassy was more of a reactionary. Oh shit. The Sassy was more reactionary to Fofana being injured for an entire year, and let's just be honest. Nobody knew what condition Fofana would come back in. So having the Sassy as that cover was probably the best shout. I don't know. I mean, there were other centre backs out there. I don't know how many teams were willing to let those centre backs go at the time, compared to some of the centre back signings we're seeing now. In terms of the highest profile one being Todibo going to West Ham. So I'm not. I don't know how willing they were to let him leave last season, especially because also direct rival Manchester United, owned by Ineos, and Ineos is also owns Nice. I don't know how willing they were to let them like come to a direct Big Six rival like us. So there's that. I guess the Disasi signing was probably like a rushed backup kind of thing, and we just threw 40 mil at it just to get it done because one, Fofana was out for the season, so we need that already. 2, Chalobah was out for a good amount of time, and 3, Thiago Silva, 39 years old, almost 40. That guy was on his last legs. We can't be relying on 39-year-old Thiago Silva, Badiashile possibly coming up. I think he was coming off an injury last preseason. I don't remember.
I think so, yes.
Also Colwill coming back, but then we saw that Colwill was being used as a left back because Poch wanted height at fullback, and then he used Chilwell left wing. So the Sassy signing, it's in hindsight, you can say it was poor recruitment, but at the time we kind of needed like a quick fix kind of centre back. in that sense.
Fair enough. DHL says, why does our team never run or work hard? Do you know what it is? Like, I'll answer that first. I feel they do run. I just looked at it right now because I wanted to double check the comments. Chelsea ran 107.6 kilometers, apparently. That's the distance that we covered, right? Man City only covered, I think, 3 point something like around about three more, basically. Around about 3 more kilometers more than us. So it's not like there was that big of a gap of like distance covered, by the way, guys. We were actually covering distances. I actually agree, though, with the second part. The second part is the question. Like, our speed, from GK to Thingy is too slow. And this is the bit stuff I've spoken about with previous managers and now with Maresca. Like, our centre backs are not moving the ball fast enough. They're holding onto the ball way too much. They need to be.
I think.
Speed.
I think with that, Sanchez just notoriously takes way too much time on the ball, anyways. I think it's become a habit it's just become some weird trait for center backs these days in possession based systems to hold on to the ball really long, invite pressure, and then like make a quick pass, play out, and then you beat the press basically by inviting that pressure and playing out quickly. But Sanchez, I think with Sanchez, he does it purely because I think he's just way too fucking arrogant for his own ability. He thinks he's that guy that can play the ball out like he's prime Edison or something. But when he does it, it doesn't come off. I mean, bozo moments. We saw the Rice goal last season. We saw his lack of positioning and urgency when it came to that Disasi own goal versus Leicester. We saw it today when he played the ball way past his, I think it's fullback or centre back, and it went straight to, I think, Bernardo Silva on the left hand side or on our right hand side. So I think it's with Sanchez, it's arrogant, but then I think with the centre backs, it's just adapting to the new way to play possession, which is to invite pressure and then play around it at the very last second, which I think is just weak. In terms of running around, we cover ground. The problem is that our players just look like, well, they don't look busy. They run. They just don't look busy. And that's why people get this idea that, oh, if they're not, if we look slow, then we're not covering ground and stuff like that. They're covering ground. I mean, it's Man City in like first gear. They didn't even upshift,
so,
bro. They didn't upshift.
19. I think this comment, I understand where this comes from, and I think this is something that was it. Mikel, I think. Oh, John Obi Mikel. Big up to John Obi. I think he was on BN Sports and he said something similar to this. Right? I don't know if you did you watch the clip, because I obviously wasn't on Twitter as much. No, but if chat can tell me, I know Abdi Mas, I think he had it retweeted randomly, or Abdi Mas, or someone, or like Abdi has. One of you guys can just tell me what he said. It'd be really helpful. But like, I think one of the things that I've said before is that we need to add now the experience points. Now, whether that be Osimhen, of course that's a good option to have. Obviously, Felix is a good option to have again. Whoever that may be in defense, but this is the issue I've always had. Like, we need to add 1 or 2 guys who are not. I think the word experience might be a bit overrated, but more consistent. They know you're gonna get something from them on a consistent basis, because that's the level that they will maintain. On a consistent basis. But that's just me. Big up by Chelsea Blue. Ahmed, I cooked my head. I cooled my head. One issue: this team is not fit at all. I
think they aren't. I actually agree with that. I think they aren't. I think a part of that is because of our preseason. I think last season and this season, I don't think we're fit enough, and I think that's why Poch put so much emphasis on our fitness last season and not so much on the ball work.
Yes, exactly.
I think because of how our preseasons have been structured so far, where we travel to 4 different time zones in the same country, we travel to a different city, different time zone every 3 days and play a game against varying levels of opposition. There's no real time to get any kind of work done on the training ground with that kind of preseason. Like some teams, they'll stay in certain areas of the US for the whole preseason, or they'll stay. I think Tottenham stay in Asia the whole preseason. Some teams stay in the UK whole preseason. Some teams stay in
I
certain
think the
countries whole
movement
preseason.
constantly was the issue. I've said this before, bro. You constantly were moving. That's the problem. Brother, the championship ran 3 kilometers. No. I think, listen, don't get, yes, they outrun us, but I think the point I'm trying to make is that I don't think it was as big as people I think are trying to make out to be. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but I'm making the point that, the way that people are trying to, like, overdo it is the issue for me. Because it, again, like, I think with Chelsea, because we didn't have possession at certain points in time, they of course were gonna run a bit more of the distances. It's like a more logical approach. We don't have ball playing CBs like David Luiz. The irony is, Mr. HD, we do, because Cole was meant to be a ball playing CB. Buddy Show, ball playing CB. Ironically, maybe you can make the argument for Parna, not so much, yeah. But Tosin meant to be a ball playing CB. You know what I mean? We've got guys that are meant to be ball playing CBs. One of the things that, for example, with Cole, for example, that was being hyped up about him was the ability for him to make those long ball hits. Do you remember, bro? That's one of the things that gets hyped up about so
crossfield
much.
passes, crossfield switches from centre back.
Yes,
I think we see the ball playing ability, but the problem is the ball playing ability just gets overshadowed by individual errors all the time.
Exactly.
So nobody focuses on what's actually happening on the ball. They're just waiting for somebody to make a mistake so they can start cussing. So they're playing the ball. Badiashile plays very good in between the line passes. Colwell does the same. Colwell does the over the top clips and stuff like that. Disasi consistently last season was breaking the lines with his passes. But since there were so many individual errors, nobody gave a shit about the passing because the defending wasn't up to scratch. So naturally, you're going to be upset. We know that they can play the ball. We know what they're considered in terms of what kind of centre back they are, whether they're no nonsense or whether they're ball playing, whether they're aerial demons or whatever. We know their attributes, but I mean, it's overshadowed by their individual mistakes consistently.
Big up to my boy. Big up to comment. Yes, this is our IBGG. I know you've been watching the stream, bro. I've been saying this as well, bro. Literally, bro, we've been too slow. I said this before. The transition, our shift in transition, bro, is just too slow. And I think that, again, the fitness aspect we've been speaking about and other stuff like that, but we need to be faster, man. I always say, man, speed. Listen, in the EPL, you have a need for speed. You know what I mean? We move.
All right, I got a dip.
That's right, bro. Thank you very much for being here, bro.
Yeah,
as
man.
always.
Later,
Much
man.
appreciated. Love. Let me come back to myself. Oh, wrong one. I can tell you that we are outrun we were outrun. It wasn't defensively, it's winning runners into the final third. Rico did it. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I hear you, bro. You know what? That's a good point too, Killer MC. No one has the desire to get to the edge of that box, bro. Lack of desire might be a thing too. This year, the only two people in my cross are the SDs. Maresca was given a job. Fair enough. I hear you, Adam. Was the formation today? It was 4-3-3 as both Palmer and Nkunku played way too deep and wide to be forward. So it was really 4-5-1 with Enzo as the facilitator. The thing is, though, when Palmer and Nkunku were too wide, I would actually argue. I wouldn't even say they're too deep, quite free. I would say in the first half in particular, bro, they were just really wide, in my personal opinion. But hey, that's just me. Pause. John Obico was writing that clip. Okay, listen, let's get that one. RC real clip. Nebraska plays zone marking fast press, but what happens when players like Duke, like Doku and Savinio KDB beat the man? Exactly. He was right making sense that KDH doesn't improve the squad. Yeah, but listen, that's something I've said a lot, Joe. So let me read what he says actually. Wait, Abdi has nice little clap for my bro, and he says. John Omikov, previous on BN Sports.EN, says that we need to start bringing in big players and characters. Has nothing against him, but singles like Dewsbury Hall as a signing that doesn't help. Says that he loves the club and we will become mediocre team the longer we accept this. John Omikov is baffled. Was baffled with Nicholas Jackson. Is baffled with Nicholas Jackson's shooting technique. I hear his point because on this channel one of the things that I had before obviously the stuff that happened with Felix, the obviously the Pedro Neto stuff, was that I felt like this window, bro, we were just trying to maintain a certain place in the league, bro. We weren't making big signings that we needed to. We were making the big signings that we needed to actually improve the team. That's why I was really happy with the Pedro Neto signing, even the Felix signing to an extent. I'm very happy about, because I think he can also add to the team in a way that we're missing, in my personal opinion. And I think he's right. Now, whether that be obviously an Osimhen, because I know he wants Osimhen to come to the club, is one thing. But I also think you need to add that level of big players and big characters in the CB role. But again, this thing about Chelsea not bringing in big players it's been a long time thing, bro. It's been happening for quite a while now, bro. We've not brought in a big player for quite a while. So again, maybe we need something to do that, bro. But again, I do agree with the idea that we're gonna be stuck in mediocrity for sure. What's it called? Ahmed, I have a next issue if we are playing in midfield three, while on Leslie, because we only have one midfielder on the bench, which is scary. So are we buying a midfielder as well? I don't know, bro. Listen, at this point, I think it's only because the fact that the three midfielders are interchangeable. So if you lose one, the other two can still do a job for you, and if you still stick in a guy like KDH there, still sticking a guy like a Nkuku there as an attacking eight. I can't go into next season of Laviek. I said it ends on Hall. Fair enough. Every time I watch us play, I see so many players walking around lightly driving to track back. No urgency. I'm sick of this nonsense. 100%, bro. I hate you on that one. That one I hate too, bro. You know what I mean? We need to have desire for sure. What's it called? Built to my boy KSA, man, aka Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, man. I don't want to see Enzo Fernandez be our captain and be a starter because he's a disgraceful trash player. Wow, I think it's best for him to be sub player, and Lavia. Yes, I agree with this take, to be honest. Not in terms of him being trash, but I think Lavia should be the one that's starting. First, we need a good defender, then ball playing skill. Yes, agree. Enzo and Cole will probably be balling out in training. Mikel is that's crazy. I'm not surprised he has to be over the top about the club and call out players, especially for Clark, because no one would care what he has to say. Good point, bro. This guy is delusional. Our defender. No. You're not getting the point, DHO. The point I'm trying to make is that allegedly these guys, and you were watching Levi Cole at Brighton, ball playing midfielder. By the show at Monaco, ball playing midfielder. You're not getting the point I'm trying to make, bro. The whole idea of the fact that we ball playing defenders is a false reality, because these guys are already that. They are meant to be already that, because they've shown it already at other clubs that they can do that efficiently. That's what's confusing me, bro. I love Jackson, but that guy doesn't know how to shoot ball. But I agree on that one. Fafana was looking good. He's just what's it called? You know where he is, man. His shot does not have enough power, bro. He doesn't put no power into his shot. And the thing is, big up Jackson, bro. I don't know if you've seen Jackson's legs, bro. Twinkies, man. Twinkies, bro. He's got a Somali Mandan problem, bro. We've got Twinkies, you know what I mean? He's got Twix. You know what I mean? That's probably what Jackson's legs are, bro. I would expect him to get power from that shot. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Jackson is not good enough to be our starting striker, best at left wing like the previous club, so that they must get me Victor. Must get me world class player Victor Osimhen and get me experienced CB to replace Levi like Bastoni. Touchdown wingers is such a dead tactic. The thing is, DHL, it may be so, but that's what the manager's playing, bro. You know what I mean? So at the very least, we have to help the manager out here to get his thing right. Obi Mikel said the truth, and the ones who don't like it, what he said, they don't have high standards to be top 4 and winning trophies. Fair enough. DK says, what's it called? So we were shit, Ahmed. I wanted for us to be good so bad, but we aren't. Sadness. Sorry, bro. Sorry to hear that, bro. In my opinion, Carney, Sterling, Madueke, and Mudryk need to leave ASAP. Carney, I hear sadly the Carney take. Sterling, I of course agree. Mudryk, I agree. I think Madueke, you probably keep him for this season, but you move on next season once the other guys come in. That's what I would say. So I would hold on to him. Just got a slap 50 million for Nkape, sick and tired of Levi. Well, imagine if Clear Lake used the 1 billion spent on world-class players, would be favourites or joint favourites for every Chelsea. Such a terrible business plan to buy a potential player first, backwards. Do you know what it is though, Shazam? Yeah. The problem is, I've when I've done the 1 billion stuff, I've said yes, you can bring in 4 or 5 players. I think you can bring in a maximum of 6 players with £1 billion. But the issue becomes thereafter the wages you're then going to spend, because then that's going to far exceed 1 billion. That's going to exceed that's going to be around about 2 billion, because these guys are going to be asking for 4, 5, 6, 7K, 100K a week. And I don't know if the club can do that, by the way. I've said Gyökeres EPL top. My guy, my personal opinion has always been to bring Gyökeres, but the club does not want to bring him in. They want Osimhen. So if you're gonna get Osimhen, I don't mind at the end of the day. But I've always said Gyökeres was the guy for me. Levi can't start fast. He is not a defender. He can't press any attackers. Again, his defensive type essentially is what I like to call he's a cleaner. You know what I mean? He's the guy that you got the aggressive guy, and he's meant to be the cleanup crew. But the thing is, he's not being proactive enough. That's the issue with Levi Cole. Not proactive enough. Simple as that. By the way, guys, I'm 6 away from 60 subscribers. Can you at least give me some joy and get me some subscribers, please, boys? You know what I mean? At least let me get some happiness. Defenders in top clubs are strong. We lack strong strikers in Chelsea. That's why we struggle when they face defensive players. Yes, I agree, Peter Pan, 100%. Osimhen also. What about Bury leaving early, bro? I don't know, man. Listen, he can leave early all he likes. I really couldn't care less at this point, bro. I have nothing to say on that one. I just don't understand. Maresca went with this Enzo Osimhen attacking 8. He watched last season, so why do it? I thought he was doing it to see Enzo deeper. That's what. I think he was, I don't know, bro. Because there were times where he was playing quite deep. There was times where he was playing not that deep. It's just confusing, bro. You know what I mean? I hear what you're saying, brother. I hear what you're saying, bro. End of the day, man, if we're trying to be honest about the situation here, this stuff should have been sorted out long time ago. What was it called? Desire says, what's it called? When you're on stupid long contracts, I know you're run by unambitious clowns, your teammates get banished, and bro, crazy. That's definitely for sure. You guys are so delusional, man. Absolutely no one will release their world class CB right now. Yes, I just think right now it's just about Incape. I think you can get for sure. I would actually think Incape you can get for sure right now in this market. So I don't know about you guys, but right now, Hanko from Feyenoord, would you take him at your club? That's another one to think about. We'll see. Sounds silly, but the talent they have read an elite box presence. Osimhen is that fair enough. The sporting directors calls this. We all know we need a striker, but we wait until the season starts and still don't get one. They have to get it done by this week, bro. They have to get it done this week, bro, because we can't wait until the final days of the transfer window because we need this situation sorted out ASAP. Jackson Nation versus Servette. We're okay, bro. Our midfield is class. We're about to complete the attack rebuild of Jao and Osimhen, and just get Diego Costa and fix the back line. I don't think the goalkeeper is actually necessary at this point. I think Jorgensen can still do a job for you. I actually think, bro, that the CB is a big issue. Now, whether that be Mark Guehi, I don't know. I wouldn't want Mark Guehi personally. I think Joachim Anderson would be a great shout for the club. I think the other guy that I would probably say Hincapié can do that job for you in terms of mobility and Swiss Army knife sort of player. I don't know who else you can bring in that CB role. Hanko maybe from Feyenoord. I need to do some again a bit more analysis on this, bro, before I start saying some quick stuff. Enzo is one of those. Is the one himself, and that changes jersey number. I would always sing the song "The Team Is Made for Tuchel." I don't know, bro. I actually don't think so, bro. Who would he sign? I've said that before. Try Vega as CB. Maybe, bro. Maybe he sees we tried that in what's it called against Servette, and we see what happens. Ahmed, if you are buying a CB, it's Murillo from Forest, I believe his name. Yeah, I know, bro, but I don't want Murillo, bro. I'm not moved by Murillo, bro. I don't think he's good enough, bro. Murillo is not good enough right now, brother. So I don't want it. There needs to be listen. There needs to be a sporting director. Yes, again, they need to be fired if they're not good this season. Bremer, the issue with Bremer at IBGG. So a lot of people don't know. I watch City A a lot too. The issue with him is that he's very, bozo gene prone. He's very bozo gene prone. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I'm not sure that's the type of guy I'll be willing to bring in to my football club. A guy that is a known bozo gene guy. So let's not make that happen. Juve, Chelsea next 8 games. Servette, Wolves, Servette, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Forest. Listen, again, this is a good one. Again, this is where we're going to be seeing the team here in the next 5 to 6 weeks, 5 to 6 games, because this is going to actually show us, can they regress, can they improve? And if you bring in the guys we need to bring in, let's see what happens. I know if you can see that. Yo, Ahmed, what's good, brother? I'm doing good, Zia. Hope you're doing well. what's it called? Man, we actually, what's it called? Man, actually laughed. I expect, of course, bro. You would have to. On some of you would have to, but I know it's not gonna happen. But we need Roman back. Listen, we can't get that brother back, bro. It's a good one to build from. Go big for Militao. The thing about Militao is that he's just had ACL too. You can't have two ACL guys, bro. You've got ACL number one and ACL number one, bro. So we can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. So let's not make that happen, bro. Let's not make that happen. So again, we'll see what happens here at the end of the day. On them nothing 100%. But listen, boys, man, I'm interested in the remaining transfer window. Left winger, definitely for sure. I think a winger's coming in for sure. Osimhen's coming in for sure. Felix coming in for sure. And then the final bit is going to be the CB role. So I think those four positions are probably going to come in. I think all the other guys are going to be moved upon. But I think for me, those four positions are probably what the club is targeting right now. So we're going to see what happens. Even if these men were smart, they'd go get. If these men they were smart, they'd go get Jimenez rather than Felix. Which Jimenez? Are you talking about the Jimenez that I'm thinking about? Like the Jimenez from finals. I think Maresca's style will be better. Will be better the long run, but I don't think you ain't looking for the long run, and you want now. I understand that. I think the thing is, bro, it's a big ideological difference, bro. Yep. So you know what I mean? I think the issue is going to be when it comes to, Maresca, because I saw something today. Some guy was on it was full times like, we should have got Mourinho and Conte. And I was like, this is the issue with the Chelsea fan base. Like, we need to move on from these mandem. We need to move on from this style of play. So, again, it's going to take time for that to happen. So, it's going to be a lot of short-term pain for long-term pain. That's what I've said before. Jonathan Tah would be a great option, but I don't think he's going to come to the club, bro. Like, he knows he can go on a free and get a lot of money, so there's no way that's going to happen. All we need to fight now is the actual red 9 that will be on pressure and result all these tears today from everyone. Just because we lost, now everyone is complaining. Fair enough, bro. Chalobah would be class over Cole. The thing is, Chalobah doesn't even play as an LCB. He plays as an RCB, bro. Athletic, that guy. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on him. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not too sure on him. I'll be real. I'm not moved by him. I'm not too sure. Like, I'm not really moved by him. So something is definitely happening. It's just under wraps. BBD 3-year contract. Oh my god. We got Ahmed. What was at the match today? So disappointed result. The Jackson missed. Osimhen buries it. Simple as that. The goal he scored should not have been offside. He had a lot of things. They got Flawless. Big. Oh, big up to our boy Flawless. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to our boy Flawless. Now, big up to our boy, man. Obviously, if you're here for Flawless, guys, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, help the channel out. Make sure to tell a friend to help the channel out, of course, right? Literally, by the way, guys, I am literally 6 away from 60 subscribers. Over 221 of you guys in here. Oh, 263 of you guys are in here now. So over 263 of you guys in here. I'm 6 away from 6 subscribers. Can you get there, please? Thank you very much indeed. We are getting Felix because Atleti will buy Gallagher. Only if we sign their player. It's not that difficult to understand. He's a top defender, bro. Low. Listen, Abdi Has, I need to see more tape on him before I make that decision. Bisek, though, I agree with you. Bisek, I 100% agree with you, though. He's definitely going to be a top up-and-coming player for sure. Guaranteed. So, listen. What's it called? What's it called? Bodie on that deal. Hopefully, so big up Flawless. Don't like the result we had. A lot of positives, but Chelsea fans don't see that. Again, bro, you know what it is, man. A lot of us are sadly a bit more black-pilled. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Big up Flawless. Sorry, Ahmed, for your loss today, but some of your fans deserve it. What the hell, man? Man, them saying you just deserve to take. Oh, what the hell is going on, man? Dang, Ahmed, why Man United defense is better than us? I don't necessarily think it is, but I think it's just. I feel like it's just a lot more stable. I would say that's what it is, bro. That's more stable. That's what I would just put it down to, by the way, guys. So, Epiota, but that's what I would say. Right now, our defense is not stable enough, and they need some more reps, in my personal opinion. Again, they need more reps together in that system. So, until we see that happening, maybe that might just be the case. But guys, again, I'm 6 away from 60 subscribers, please. 6 away from 60 subscribers. over 315 of you guys in here. Can you please sub, please? Help the channel out and helps me out too. Thank you very much. Let's see what we say. Are we at 100 likes too? Are we at 100 likes as well? Let's keep pushing P, man. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we're doing here. Bish, bash, bong. Guys, let's get to 100 likes, please, as well. Let's get to 100 likes, please. Please, let's like the video, please, too. Thoughts on Fofana? I think Fofana was all right for someone that just came back from an ACL injury. Yeah, he made the mistake for the goal, but I think other than that, he wasn't really that bad. So we have seen a lot of positives from 3 seasons. Now time to see some points on the table. Bro, we just need to get points on the table. That's for sure, guaranteed. I've said this before. We need points on the table. We need to win. It's as simple as that, bro. You won't catch me saying anything else. Of course, listen, bro. We know that's going to take time. That's why, for me, I've said short-term pain. There's going to be a lot of short-term pain. I just don't know if the Mandem are going to be able to hold it, bro. Bish Bash Bong, thank you. What are you making of Sterling's article that came out from his camp before the match? I think that means to me that the club are trying to push bro out, bro. That's what it means to me, bro. The club has said, love and guidance, big man. Time to go, man. Go on. Time to go on, bro. Simple as that, bro. Lisandro Martinez, stay. Close up Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte. Fair enough. I'm just tired, bro. Like, you know, I'm literally, bro. You know, I really want to see stuff happen. I want to see some magic happen. I want us to cook. And it's going to take time. You know, we're going to have to breathe. We're going to have to believe. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, listen, like, you know, this system we're trying to play completely different to what we used to play back in the day, bro. You know what I mean? It's almost completely different to what we used to do. So this is why I'm not surprised by some of the stuff that I'm seeing at the end of the day. So listen, we'll see what happens for sure. Oh my God. Bro, wow, did I just like go crazy or something? Yeah, I'm in the lab like Dexter. Most of our fans are overhyped, like Jackson. We need to go to good world players, world class, not the cold hype that we suffer. The thing is, bro, again, I wouldn't mind bringing in this local players, but you need to tell me who they are and how much you're gonna pay for them. I think what the issue we're having right now is that I don't know what the kitty is. What is the club saying the kitty is? Who are we going to be spending this stuff on? I want to know. If I know that stuff, then I don't mind. Tomorrow gonna have a lot of news. Yes, tomorrow's gonna be a lot more news. So don't worry, man. Stay tuned for tomorrow for sure, man. We will bring you the breaking news here as always. It's crazy how Enzo looks good against Inter. So why Maresca continue with that? You have to ask him, bro. I just don't understand, bro. You have to ask him. This is what confuses me, bro. I'm just like, I'm very tired, bro. Like, you know, in the sense that you've watched the tape, my friend. That's what you're saying, and he played him there. You know what I mean? It's just not the math is not mathing there. You know what I mean? It's like if I'm just doing like this, no. Sterling, Felix, Chalobah, Lukaku, etc. I don't want to see Sanchez ever again, bro. I didn't want to see him last season. Yeah. So I don't want to see him last season though. Oh, bro. I'm just quick. I've actually said a lot of positives. Right now, we're just going through the negatives, my friend. FCTV, thank you for subscribing, bro. Much appreciated as always. All right, chill out, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't understand why he's experimenting game 1 versus City. I hear you. I think, again, there's a lot of positives to take. I just think the issue, there's 1 or 2 things that I feel like, you know, should have been major unknowns that we didn't need to continue on as experiments, bro. But that's just me personally, innit? So, you know, again, people can disagree with me on that, but I just think, I thought like this was a bit more realistic. Yes, I will, bro. It's going to be tough to take. Can we have Enzo one? Oh my God, EPL, bro. What are you doing, broski, man? Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, by the way. That's crazy. And Lucas Costa says, I wonder if you can find a club for Sterling. I think that's what we're trying to do, bro. We're trying to push him out, Lucas Costa. Enzo Cam is dead. Yeah, but again, this is the thing. Like, I feel like again, FCTV. This is what I was saying. It should not have happened. In QQ left wing, does not make sense either. It's pretty simple. The deeper he is, the better he is. If Labby is in position, he has to earn his spot. Then I think also the other problem you're gonna have, Man 13, is that you don't have a guy that's gonna help him do the defensive work, because we know the Enzo defensively is not as strong. So, did FIFA still investigating? Oh my God. All I know is Lavia must start. Enzo and Caicedo can fight for their place. This is the game Thursday. What country that club from? They are from Switzerland, aka Switzerland. So that's where they're from, bro. So listen, enjoy the Swiss Mandem, innit? The Swiss Mandem are going to be coming to us to play. We'll see what happens there. Enzo Fernandez, Reece James will be back. Fair enough. Jackson needs to up his game, or we try choice Biangui if you bring in Osimhen. I wouldn't be surprised if Vett give us a game. They've been playing all summer. Yes, I know they actually play a lot of games in the Swiss League a lot earlier than us, so no surprise there. Boys and girls, man. I know a lot of the man they're not happy today, but listen, hopefully, bro. Listen, it's gonna be brighter days ahead. Guys, I'm 4 away from 60 subscribers, please. 4 away from 60 subscribers. Can we get there, please? And 100 likes, please. 100 likes. 100 likes. Exactly, man. I like that cost of things. Thank you very much. Bro, I don't know. I feel like Dexter almost doesn't want to be here, but I feel like you've slightly reached it. I just think he's not Matt Sharp, bro. Not Matt Sharp. That's what it comes down to, bro. Not Matt Sharp. Free my TV, Chalaba is crazy. They slapped the team 7-1 today. Yeah. Server is the runners up of Swiss League. Don't underestimate them. 100%, bro. At the end of the day, bro, underestimate that team at your peril, as I like to say. So we'll see what happens there for sure, bro. We'll see what happens there for sure, boys and girls. So that's the thing. Enzo isn't just good defensively with one deep, and he doesn't attack properly up front. So I don't really understand where he should play. That's the thing, bro. This is where it becomes very difficult, boy. It becomes difficult for sure. But boys and girls, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna double check one more thing before I do whatever I want to do right now. But boys and girls, listen, man. At the end of the day, we'll just have to see what happens here. I just think tomorrow we'll discuss this a little bit more. I'll have a few more of my guests on here as I usually do to discuss the stuff here. As always, who can I redirect to right now? Know what to redirect to right now, boys and girls. Give me a sec while I look to find a redirect, guys. As we leave it, can you please make sure to like the video? As always, helps me out, helps the channel out at the end of the day. But I didn't see that there's anyone else to redirect to right now. So listen, we move, guys. We're gonna end the video here as I always do. Please make sure as you're heading out to like the video, make sure to subscribe. I'm 4 away from obviously 4 away from 60 subscribers. Thank you for being here as always. No, I'm not doing that stuff. I don't like to do that personally, bro. I find that pointless because there's no need for me to be doing that nonsense anyway. So that's just me. We have been promised to play. That was not me. Was that me? Sorry, if I did, my apologies, bro. Then I was lying. I must have been lying, but I should not have said that. After report 0.3 XS for America, that's expected sack. Oh my god. Man said expected sack. You're a nasty work, bro. Nasty work from my guy. But as always, guys, you know, you can find me here tomorrow at 11 p.m. Unless there's something crazy going on. But I will be here at 11 p.m. of course, UK time, to be discussing the latest stuff about Chelsea Football Club. You know how I'm saying? Of course, there'll probably be some breaking news a bit earlier. Luckily I'm off today, so I'll be a bit more relaxed and chill at the end of the day. So definitely make sure to come in and relax and tune in for that. Other than that, really, we keep pushing. I'm 2 away, guys, by the way, from 60 likes. Sorry, I'm 2 away from 60 subscribers. 2 away from 60 subscribers. Before we close out, yeah, 1:45, can we get to 60 subscribers, please? Thank you very much. Bridge 258 Nation, of course, bro. Thank you very much, my brother. But Sharif says, big up Ahmed, United fan, but seems very well for outcome from Forest. Oh, very much. Thank you very much, Sharif, man. I like to think of myself as a nice guy who actually likes to think about, football. So much appreciated, man. Thank you for rating my ball knowledge, man. Always appreciated, man. Always appreciated at the end of the day. But listen, boys, man. I'm tired, boys. I'm tired. Keep pushing. Big up. I like how you touch every comment. I try to do my best, bro. If you obviously super chat to me, I can read that straight away because I obviously give priority to super chat because they obviously pay me. So big up to the man who do that too. So listen, boys and girls, thank you again for watching. Always a pleasure for you guys to see you guys here. I'm still 2 away from 60 subscribers. In terms of likes, let's see what the likes are saying right now. Can you get to 100 likes before we leave the video as well? Just to help the channel out, helps me out. Let's get to 100 likes before we leave too. I'm gonna end it here. There's no one to actually raid to right now. But guys, you know who I've been. I've been your host with the most, the Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts, and as always, please make sure to stay blue and enjoy the rest of your day.